Most of us will go our entire life not ever knowing our true brilliance, not fully stepping into the version of us that's available. I use the word brilliance because it relates to light, and we are light beings. I'm a futurist, and so I can already see the future version of you that has the life that you desire, and I hold that vision for you. Now, the reason most people don't see their brilliance and really step into their maximum potential is because they're looking in the wrong direction. Many of us try and become more intelligent, more brilliant, more wise, more beautiful, more talented, and we often forget to love the unremarkable parts of ourselves. We deny the parts of ourselves that we'd rather not be, right? The parts of ourselves that are dumb and ugly and mean and cruel and insignificant. And it's not until you actually love these parts of yourself that you truly transform them. I can fully own that, sometimes I'm mean, sometimes I'm kind, sometimes I tell the truth, and sometimes I lie. And because of that, I become less fuckwithable. I become more unfuckwithable, because no one can poke at your wounds. When you own the stuff that you don't like about you, no one can poke at that wound. If someone was to say to me, "Oh my God, your blue hair is revolting," I wouldn't care because I don't have blue hair, right? There's no wound there. Even if they said my brown hair is revolting, there's no wound there. So it's only when we perceive that there's a truth in what they're saying that we feel hurt. And that hurt is actually a signal that there's something there to be owned, loved, and integrated. And so the more you can own the parts of you that you don't like, and the more that you can take back your gold, like the amazingness that you see in others that you've given to them to hold because you didn't feel like you were capable. We've all used these strategies throughout our life to survive and to maintain connection with the people we love. And there's a new strategy available to you. There's a different strategy available to you, one that's far more efficient, and gets you on the path to wholeness, to truly loving who you are, every part of you, the positives and the negatives. So everything in your life that you're reacting to, you're actually creating. And in my alchemy program, we start to unpack why you're creating this. And when you can take full responsibility of your creation in this lifetime, you step into that role of creator. You become able to change your life in a powerful way. But if you think that you manifested this new car, you manifested this new job, you manifested traveling the world, and you didn't manifest the car accident, the relationship breakdown, the ill health, then you're still a victim of your circumstances. And you're not empowered. Taking radical responsibility for everything that you create in your life is the most empowering thing you can do. Because with that, you can then make change, right? If the external circumstances are to blame, if that person is to blame, you have no control over that. You can't do anything about that. But what I know to be true, and I know this because I've not only proven it time and time again with myself and my clients, is that when you change your internal reality, your external reality must change. I've had clients who, in session, have had that person that was pissing them off reach out to them. I've had people who, were struggling to get the bonus at work, get that bonus and then some. I've had people who barely had a relationship with their brother turn that around, and all of a sudden he's calling and telling him that he loves him. Right? There's so many examples that I can give you. And this work that I teach in my alchemy immersion, mastering the game of life, that's what it's all about, is giving you the tools so that you're able to live a life that you so desire. And, there are many teachers out there spruiking this information, that same line, infinite potential and all these things. But a lot of what they're teaching is actually keeping you unintentionally stuck. The positive thinking movement is a perfect example of this. You do not have to be positive all the time to live a life you love. And in fact, if you're attached to being positive all the time, you're actually keeping that life that you desire from you. You're completely eroding your emotional resilience because you can no longer handle a negative situation or a negative person. That person's toxic. Oh, they're so negative, right? But when you can understand the dynamics at play in this matrix that we live in, you understand that there's a perfect plan playing out at any one time, and you get to see the rules of the game. You are so more empowered to play it. You are so more empowered to play it. Because currently you're walking around and you have no idea of the rules of the game, right? We're playing this game of life, wanting to master it, but no one's given you the rules. They've given you some tools to help you feel better. They've given you some tools to give you hope. There's a lot of hope being sold out there. But what does it take to actually transform your life? You got to know the rules of the game first, right? So a little bit about my alchemy program. I've had so many people reach out. It's initially 12 weeks, and that's a training 1 week and then a Q&A session the next. So 6 training sessions and 6 Q&As. At the end of that 12 weeks, you'll be empowered with enough information to go out and live your life. And if you wish to stay, you absolutely can. So the calls are on a Wednesday afternoon, 5:30 Sydney time currently. And then after the 12 weeks, we move to Monday, 5:30 p.m. Sydney time, Sydney, Australia time. And that's where the main group lives. You'll still absolutely get personal service. It's still very intimate. It's a beautiful group of people who, they're the seekers, right? They're the seekers in life. They're not just people that want to feel better. They're the people that want to truly understand this universe that we live in. And it's beautiful. So no matter where you're at in that scale, whether you just want to feel better and you want to transform your world and move on, that's okay. Or if you want to stay and continue to do the work, continue to learn and evolve, I'm bringing in workshops every 2 months starting in October. So if you join us in the August round, you'll get a workshop, an additional free workshop in October. And then if you continue to stay on, you'll get another one 2 months after that, December, I think it is. I know it is. And these workshops are going to hone in on a specific topic. So the first one's about money. The second one's about relationship dynamics moving into Christmas time. And the community is just such a beautiful space to be in. Everyone's really bonded and formed a deep care for each other. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, either comment alchemy below or send me a DM and I'll get you the information. I am going to limit it to 20, 25 people, maybe 30, depending. Because I want you guys to get results. And I want you to be accountable, and I want to hold you accountable, and I want to make sure that you get results. So that's why that number. So we kick off August 27th, and it's a Wednesday afternoon, 5:30. And I'll send you reminders each week with the links. You'll get a initial module once you sign up. I'm going to open the doors probably next week, so that you can lock your spot in. We've got a wait list forming at the moment, and first in, best dressed, basically. So thank you for watching. I hope this has been beneficial to you. I don't want to hold anything back. If you come in for 12 weeks and you learn enough and you're like, yep, cool, I'm sweet now, awesome. If you come in for 12 weeks and you're like, yep, I'm cool now, sweet, and I love being in the community every week, and I want to stay and I want to continue the work in a community setting, brilliant as well. Everyone that's joined so far is still there. Our founding members from last October are still there. And that's beautiful, right? We initially started out doing fortnightly classes. It was fortnightly trainings. And they really connected so much that they wanted to go on coffee dates and things like this. But everyone lives so far away. We've got four states covered. So I added the extra week, the Q&A, so that we can either talk further about the work or have a general catch up, depending on where people are at. And it's stayed like that. So I love being in community with these people. So it's a blessing for me to be able to do that. All right. I've waffled long enough. If you have any questions whatsoever, like I said, please DM me, comment below alchemy if you want more information, or DM me, and we'll get you on the waiting list so that as soon as the doors open, you can get your spot. I love you, and thank you so much for watching.